Hey DM crafters, Mini Scotty here. I got a pretty nasty trap to squish your PCs with. So let's go to the table and we'll have Big DM Scotty show you how to make that. Yep, it all looks clear here, no traps whatsoever. Oh, that was a grisly end. Well, here we go. I have some counting blocks I'm going to use for this project, and I just got these for $1. There's 18 in this pack, so you can make tons of stuff out of this. You can also use it for other projects. So they're just these little foam blocks, and I'm just going to use my box cutter. You can use an X-Acto knife too, or anything sharp like that. Just be careful. I'm kind of put cracks in it just for texture and just kind of give it some interest, you know. So it's not just a foam looking block. Okay, got a few cracks in there. We use a fork and just kind of poke into it. That'll give it a little more texture, kind of make it look a little more like a stone, a rough stone. And just keep poking it until you're satisfied with it. So there we go. So some really nice texture on there. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to accentuate those cracks a little bit with this pen. I'll just kind of pull it through, and that'll kind of expand those cracks a little bit. Just kind of pull along there. Just easy to do since you've already sliced into it. Remember, you don't want to cut too deep. Cool. Alright, now I've just got some popsicle sticks. I'm going to measure these into 2-inch sections. They're a little over 4 inches, so that's perfect. So I'll just need 2 sticks, and I'll just cut those with the scissors. Now when you cut these, just cut them really close to the end of the scissor so that they're easier to cut. So there we go, got that. Now I'm going to clean them up a little bit, and I've got them in a stack here. And I am going to clean up the ends with a little sander I have here. And you can just use this piece of sandpaper. I just had this little sander I use. And get the ends there. Alright, cool. Now I've got the 4 pieces, and I'm just going to glue them together with my white glue. You could use hot glue, but I want to line them up perfectly, so I want to have some time to work with them, right? So that's why I use the white glue. Gives you a little more time. If you don't line them up correctly when you first put them together with the hot glue, you could be in trouble. And I'm just going to use this binder and just hold them until they dry. Okay, now I cut a 1/4 inch piece of cardstock, and this is actually going to be metal banding on these this plank here. So I'm going to kind of wind it around the plank and just cut it where it ends there, and just hold it for a second. And the white glue sets up pretty fast on these kind of materials. And then I'm just going to use a binder clip and just hold it while it dries, which like I said, it'll be pretty quick. Same thing here, just doing the other end. This is going to be like a ramrod for the trap. Okay, so I'll just hold that there for a sec. Seems like it's staying. I'll just put the binder clip on there, let it dry up. Okay, it's all dried up. Take those off. Looks nice. Okay, now see here I have these little sprockets, and I got these at a pack at the craft store for very cheap. So I'm going to use my goop, put some on there, and then line up the sprockets on there. And I got a bag of those sprockets. Now I'm going to use a stir stick and cut that off. I just measured to the center of the outer sprocket. Use some goop on that. And there we go, nice. So it really looks like a mechanism there, doesn't it? I also got these little rhinestones. I thought they'd be kind of cool as studs, like metal studs. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my goop on there. I don't think the white glue will hold it, so I'm going to use the goop. Just a little bit more. Just pull that off, the rhinestone off. There we go, nice. It looks really cool there. Okay, here are my 2 foam pieces, and I need to put those together, so I'm just going to go on one side with some hot glue. Just line it up, glue it together, all set. Okay, now I'm going to use some popsicle sticks. I'm going to put 2 on the bottom, and I just lined them up on the bottom so I could measure all 3 that I need. I need 3 on the bottom and 1 in the center. So I'll just cut those off and just kind of finish them up with my sandpaper there. Alright. Now I need to apply these, so I'm going to apply 1 to the center there. This will be where the ramrod hits. Let that set up. And I'm going to do 2 for the bottom for the base. And I'm going to do it out from the foam just a little bit. Just help it stand up. Alright, nice. Now I got the ramrod here. I'm going to apply that to the crossbar. So let's hot glue that on there. Make sure it's lined up. Center of those. Looking good. Nice. Now one problem with this is it leans in the back, so I need to stand that up, and I'm going to use another stir stick to do that. So I'll just measure to the top of that ramrod just by holding it there, and I'll cut it off with the scissors, clean it up a bit, then hot glue it. Alright, cool. So that'll hold that up. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay. Now I want to add a little more detail. I want to add a few more of those rhinestones as like studs, metal studs. So I'll put those on the crossbar there. So it looks like they're bolted into the stones, right? So doesn't look like much now, but wait till we get this sucker painted up. It's going to be really, really cool. Okay. Yeah, when you have this jumble of materials, it just kind of looks funky, but when you paint it all up, wow, it's gonna rock. Okay, so there we go. Clean that up a bit, and we're good to go. Now I want to reinforce this a bit. I'm going to use my glue all, and you've seen me do this kind of thing before. What I'm going to do is get some of the crevices of the material here, and this will just give it some reinforcement, right? I just want to make sure this doesn't pop off in the middle of a game or something, and this just gives you a little extra reinforcement. This isn't totally necessary, but it's something I like to do, and I think it's well worth your time and effort. You're just using a tiny bit of glue on this. I say go for it. So there we go. We'll finish this up and then come back next time and paint it up. There we go. Cool. Hey crafting friends, I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to give your Scotty a like. Also check out my forum and Facebook group. Subscribe and share these videos. And there's a new, YouTube has implemented a new tip jar, so check that out on the little top thing of the video here. You can just click on it and donate if you like, if you really like the video. And also I'm a member of Patreon, so if you'd like to support the DM's Craft, please visit Patreon. And last but not least, go forth and craft.
Another thief bites the dust.